everyone, and in today's lecture we will learn about HTML. I'll try to keep it as fast and simple as possible so you can learn the basics of HTML. I'm gonna talk about a lot of things in the lecture, so I cover the whole HTML basics and that you can learn it quickly and do it yourself. So let's begin. So first, let me tell you what HTML stands for. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Basically, it's a coding type for internet. This is how your web pages show up on the screen. Basically, you open YouTube. That's also backend is all HTML, different HTML things, all that. Any website that you have seen, mostly those are made in HTML. So there are some things other WordPress like this. Those that I think somewhat of those are also made in HTML and JavaScript and all that. So basically, HTML is the fundamental thing about the internet that you see. All the web pages, all everything, that's all thanks to HTML. So basically, the HTML consists of tags, different tags which are enclosed by these braces, these things, these parentheses type. Okay, basically the greater than and less than sign. Okay, basically you put the text in between it, like what the thing is going to be. Like I put over here, it's the head and it's under this, and then we closed it by putting this, because if we just had the same thing over here, how can a browser tell that it's ending over here? Maybe it's starting over here, or maybe it's starting after this. It's start if I don't put this, and the browser would think it's not starting from over here, it's starting from here, because how browser reads HTML files is it goes line by line. Like every single line is being read, then it just displays them out. So if we don't put this slash, we won't be able to see our result very well, and it wouldn't really show up in the website. So let's begin with the first tag we have, a doc type HTML. Basically, this tells the browser that this document, this whole thing, this whole file is an HTML file. Okay, this tells the browser that this isn't a text file, this isn't a PDF file, this is anything else. It's an HTML file. Treat it as an HTML file. So this makes sure the browser treats the file as an HTML. After that, every single HTML element, every single thing comes under the HTML tag. That is the father of all of these tags, basically. And all of these are their child tags. I like to call them child tags. Basically, these are forming in a hierarchy. Basically, if I close if I close this, all of the text is gone because they are under the HTML tag. So if, for example, I closed, there were headers in here, these tags in here, I close this head one, and they are gone because they are come under the head tag. Basically, there is children of this head tag. So this basically is the parent tag of all tags, of every single tag that is in the HTML, and every HTML code starts from HTML tag. Then we have the head tag. Basically, head tag is just a header type thing. Like for example, you open up a website, you open YouTube. Okay, you type youtube.com in the search bar, and you would see on the tab above the whole thing, the browser window. Let me show you. Okay, so as we are over here, I had this is the like the website thing that we had, like the website that I have made in the HTML, which I was showing you the code of. Okay, so I opened the website, and as you can see over here, it says fun learning website. It's not saying like youtube.com. It's not saying my name on it, my computer's name on it, where this thing is. It's saying fun learning website, which was the name of our the website with that we have created. As you can see over here, we have given it the title of fun learning website. So basically it deals with the header part of the HTML website. Okay, so title comes under it. Basically you just put the title of the website in here, so it shows up in the browser tab. This is basically just to incorporate the CSS style sheet. I'm not gonna go over it. It's just another tag. You can put it in here or you can put it in the body, doesn't matter. And then after that we have closed the head tag. That's it, simple as that. Head, title, head, close. That's it. Let me close this then, just to simplify things. So we're in body tag. Basically this is all of the body of the website. This is where all the magic happens. This is where all the things that you have made show up. As you can see over here, this is all of the body of the website. Every single thing that is in here is the body of the website. This is where you make the whole thing. This is all of the things that you add in here. Okay, so we have made the body. This is a script. Basically this is where you put JavaScript on it. I have made a simple JavaScript function that just scrolls to the top to the bottom when the button is clicked. This is something you shouldn't worry about as a beginner, but it's, if you want to copy this, be my guest and do it and put it in your website. It will look a bit better. So after that we have header. Header is basically the somewhat of a like a title of the website, but it's inside the body. Like let me show you the header over here. As you can see, welcome to fun learning, your journey to code begins here. And as you can see, we have written the same thing in our this like we have made a heading and then we have written a paragraph. So after that header tag, we have a h1 tag. Now you would be wondering, what's an h1 tag? H1 tag stands for heading 1. These are basically tags that you use to make a heading. This is the first heading, that is the largest font. This is the one of like this is the biggest font of the heading you can get. Then there's h2, then there's h3, h4, h5, and then it all ends at h6. As you can see over here, h2, welcome to our website, h3, contact us. So this is how you make the heading tags. And after that we have paragraph, basically just simple as p, and then you just put the whole paragraph that you want to write on here. It can be a million words, it can be a billion words, it doesn't matter. HTML doesn't stops you from writing as much as you want. You can keep on writing for days, for weeks, and it's gonna show up in your website just as you want it to show. So after that's done, let's close up our header tag. So after that I have, as you can see, made a navigation system. Basically it takes me from one web page to another. I don't have the about page, so it didn't open the about page. So basically if we want to incorporate different web pages in here in our website, this is what we use. A href equal to the target page, in between the quotation marks. These quotation marks are very important to put, because without it the HTML not the browser is not gonna know what the website link is, where it does it start from, but where does it end. Basically, like for example, you have made us like wrote a sentence in past tense, he said that he said I'm going there. Basically you're gonna put quotation marks between I am going and I am going there, like you're gonna enclose them in quotation marks to kinda show that he said this, he said I'm going there, is like basically you're telling the whole thing. So this is how you incorporate different pages. A href is equal to quotation marks index.html, and then you can give it a label by here doing this. Okay, so after all these navigation that I have made, all of the same are going to be for the other ones. Okay, so after that let's close this. Then we have another tag named button. Basically it just makes a small button for us that is just clickable. You can make it so it can do anything. Like for example, over here I made the button, and when it's clicked it will scroll to the bottom, and it has a label scroll to bottom. Like let me show you onto the website. Scroll to bottom, it took me to the bottom. Scroll to top, it took me to the top. So this is how you make a button in HTML. Another thing that I would like to mention right here, that if you, for example, as you can see, the button in the website is in like over here and right under the navigation, and the button to scroll to the top is right under the video that I have posted on the thing. So basically if you see the navigation tag and the button starts, okay, and then the button ends over here. So basically what HTML does, basically it's how it's like works. Basically it shows all the things one, like how it's been written, like basically sequential. You have to be sequential in your in your HTML coding. You have to know where to write things, where to put the things. Okay, so I have put the button scroll to button, top button, bottom wala one, scroll to bottom button over here and right under the navigation, and I have put the scroll to top one right below the video, watch this video thing, so that we can like scroll to bottom if we want to, and scroll to top when we are like at the bottom of the page, so that the user can basically go to the top when he wants to, and go to bottom when he wants to just skip the whole thing and just want to go to the, basically if I suggest a video page, he just wants to go to the bottom real quick, instead of just going to the through all this, reading all this, he just want to get to the video. He just clicks the button, goes to that bottom, and if he just accidentally press the button and he wants to go to the top, there's so much content on the website that he doesn't want to scroll, or he's feeling tired that he doesn't want to scroll, he just clicks the button and then he goes to the top. So this is how the sequence matters most in this HTML. As like I told in before, like in different my C++ lectures, sequence doesn't matter that much unless it's console outing the like outputting the result, then the sequence matters. But if we put the backend thing, that like whatever sequence, it wouldn't really matter that much. So away from all that, we have a div tag. Div tag basically is kind of like a divider tag, you can call it. Basically it is basically where all of the, you can put all your main content in the under here. This was somewhat of our like a header of the body. This is where the paragraph of the well started, and it all of our content is under our div tag. Okay, so Under the div tab we have made a h2 welcome to our website tag. Then we have our paragraph. Okay, that's we talked before paragraph. Then we have h3, which is features of the website. Okay, now after all that we have ul. Basically what ul is, it basically means unordered list. Unordered, u for unordered, and l for list. So basically this would form a list of things that we want to put. We can make it like a bullet sign, we can make it numbered, we can make it different, any like Roman numerals, anything we want. Let me show you where it is on the website. As you can see over here, it's in the bullet signs and it's showed in the form of a list. Okay, then inside the list we have small paragraph, learn about HTML basics, use line breaks. Line breaks basically just break a line and chop it into a half. Like basically I have created the break of, like we use line break, then we use the break line tag, and then we use the to create new lines. Right after that it went on to the next line. So after that we have create paragraphs, we're going to use headings, and then we use the same like thing. Let me show you where the navigation one was. Okay, we use the same href tags above to more do go to the about us page, which I haven't made yet. It's something just I don't want it to go into too much. I just wanted to make it keep it basic as possible, as basic as possible. Then we have made a button click that says click me. Then after that we have made and have an image that is just an example image. Let me show you on the website where it is. It's not showing over here. The reason is that, let me show you why. Let me go into the folder there where it is. As you can see over here, there is no image in here. And how the HTML image thing works, like all these HTML pages and all that. If I go back to this, okay, as you can see over here we have the about us page and navigation. Okay, it says about us.html. It's not going to be like this on the internet though. This is not going to exist on the internet. This is going to be existing in the place where this whole file is in. Okay, so let me go ahead and quickly put an image, put an example image real quick, so that we can demonstrate the image thing in the HTML, our HTML website. Okay, so I have made an image, like put an image in there. So let's see, and it's loading. As you can see, our image is over here. Let me zoom out because it's way too large. It's very large that it's not even feeling like not even letting me zoom out that much. Okay, so now after like all that we have learned like the image. Okay, this is how you put image in your HTML code. img, then source, src source. The same thing we did with the navigation about.html. We close it in the quotation marks. Then we put alternating text. Like for example, if you see over here that we have the image. Okay, but if the image wasn't like here, like as you saw, let me delete the image real quick. Let's do this. As you can see over here, it says example and example image. So let me show you. I forgot. Let me change it to the screen. As you can see, it says an example image. Since I deleted the picture, the alternate text was shown here. Basically, alternate text is just a place to fill the place if the object doesn't exist. Basically object is the image. If the image doesn't exist, it will alternative text will show. But if the text exists, the object exists, basically the alternative object, the alternate text is not gonna show. It's just gonna be in the background of the image. Basically telling is basically a way to describe the image in the backend, what the image is. Basically it was an example image. So if I like put anything background, okay, so this was just a background for the background image, okay, just a image that we like name have the name of background. Basically this is where you put the name if you want, the attribute if you want, like it's something that you want to describe to some like search engines use this alternative text to optimize this search. Like basically you see a lot of images on Google Images if you search up something. So basically on the back end there's like a thing going on that searches the alternate text, which basically just tells what the image is about. And then the Google, if the Google result matches, then it shows it on the search page. So after all that, we close that, and let me close it up. Okay, so that's done. We have heading 3, which is contact us. This is how the user will contact with us. Okay, so we have made a form over here. Okay, form basically, as you can tell, you might have filled some form in your life. If you haven't, doesn't really matter. Basically what a form is, let me show you. It's just a place where you fill in some information to get your desired result, or to tell someone that something is needed. Okay, so basically we have made a form to get information of their email, name, email, and the message they're gonna send, so they can contact us. Okay, so to get like we have made the form tag, would need to get info. We need to provide them a text box. So for that we use input type text input tag, whose type is going to be text. Basically we put text over here, and its ID is going to be name. Basically we're gonna put the name. ID can be anything. It can be basically anything that you want. If I just have for simplicity I just put it as name over here, and then the name is going to be in the name. Basically the input, this thing would need a name though, like this whole input thing is going to be needing a name. So basically we have named it name, and we have made it required. This is basically an attribute of this input tag, that it's required to put your name. Without it you cannot proceed, and the message would not send to the back end of the developers that they want to contact us. So label, we have made a label for this input type. We have made a label tag, label 4. Basically 4 is going to indicate the ID, going to be the ID. Basically we have assigned the ID, it assigned this input thing, this input text box, the ID of name. And for we will be making a label for, basically for the text box whose ID is name, and this is going to be the label, and then close the label. Same as over here, input type email, ID, email, name, email required. Then we have made the label, then we have made label for message. Okay, then we have made a text area. Instead of making a input type, we have made a text area. Basically text area is used to make a bigger box. Like, let me show you. As you can see over here, it was a small box, like a one-line box. You can keep on putting anything you want in here, and it would keep on going. Like over here, just put in everything, and it will keep on going. It's not like this box that we have made, that you can stretch as much as you want and make it as small as you want. Okay, so this is for this we use text area tag, then id, its id is going to be the message, name is going to be message, and it has 4 rows as default. Let me show you. By default it has 4 rows, like this is going to be 1, this is going to be 2, this is going to be 3, and this is 4. If we increase it, let me go ahead and increase it real quick, make it 10. I have made it 10. Let's see. As you can see, the rows increased, and the user can just do it as a change as how he wants to. So after that, we made it required text area break after every single one of those things, so that we have a spacing in between each one of them. Then we have made an input type submit. As you see over here, we didn't make a button, we made input type instead. Input, like we have made an input tag instead of making a button. So we basically just we had to get an input though. We didn't need to get something out of it, like we didn't need to go to the bottom or go to the top. We had to get input. So basically it is a button, this is the default button from HTML. Basically it submits whatever has been written on here, and it has the value of send. Okay, it has its type is submit and its value is send. Okay, and our form closes over here. Then we have h3 our team. After that, if we want to make a table, basically we have seen Excel, Excel, Microsoft Excel, you can make different tables in here, there, and sort things in columns and rows. So if we want to make table in HTML, this is how we make table. Use the table tag, then table row, then the table header. This is this stands for table header. This is for the first row. Okay, this is going to be the header of the first column, header of the second column, first row and second column. Okay, basically this is gonna be a header of these two things. Then table, this things like the text bit in the table, John Doe, and the web developer. So table row, this is the first row, second row, third row. Let me open up the website and let's see the table. As you can see, it's arranged in a manner like a table kind of thing. The thing is in the middle, this is the name is in the middle, the role is in the middle, this is in the middle with a space and tells the role of the what John Doe does, and Gene Smith is a designer. So this is how you make table in HTML website. So after that, we have made our table. We're done with the table. Let's close that. Then if we want the user to watch our video, basically I made this website and I want the users to watch the video. Basically tells the introduction about me, what I do, what my new latest video was, or something like that. We can put it on in here. Basically this is another HTML embed code, which you call, is called an embed code. Basically it puts the thing in our the video in our website. Let me tell you how you can add video onto your website, how you can take the video and insert it inside your HTML code. Okay, so I have a video over here of my own video. Okay, so this is all our video. Okay, so to copy take this video and put it on our website, basically what we do is right click on the video, then you would have copy embed code. Copy, click that it will copy the embed code on there. After that, go on to your website code. Let me just clear the whole thing. Let me go like that and clear the whole thing, post it here, say Control S save, and then we're done. So now let me show you, it will show up in the video, and as you can see, it has been put into the video, and this would depend on the size of the your screen. Basically, if you have I was showing it in the theater mode, and it copied the whole size of the theater mode, and this is displaying the video in that. If you have a 720p monitor and full screen and copy it, it will show up in 720p, and so on and so forth, and all the resolutions. So this is how you put a YouTube video in your HTML code. Okay, this is where our div tag ends. Then we have button on click, takes it up to the top, and then we close our navigation, then we close our body, and our HTML with our /HTML tag, close our webs hierarchy. Basically, this is all the basics about HTML, is how these things work, what are the tags of different HTML tags, how they work, what they do, and how you can use them. I'm going to soon enough make a part 2 of this, follow up of this lecture, where I'm gonna teach you about CSS and how we can stylize this whole website and take it to basically make it even more beautiful. This is literally just bare bones, very bare bones, just simple white background, nothing in there, just simple code text. In the next one, we will take it another step forward and learn about CSS. So that's it for this lecture. I hope you learned about what HTML is, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.